Oh, hi, welcome to this Exodite conversion project. First time I'm trying to make a conversion video, so please bear with me. I am using Dark Elf Cold Ones, or Cold One Knights, because they're riding on these nice dinosaur looking things, as you see down here in the ride. And then I'm using the actual body of it's most of the entire model is the Dark Elf Cold One Knight kit. I'm also using some Eldar swooping hawks for the helmet and for wings, and then a few Eldar bits like guns from my Harlequins and so on and so forth, just to give it some more 40k looking bits. Now, other things you'll need other than the actual models, you will need some green stuff, maybe a sculpting tool. I have a hobby knife, a Stanley knife, and I'm using some Tamiya plastic glue and just some Loctite super glue for this entire conversion. So it's not a difficult conversion, it's actually a super easy conversion. And most of it is done with a knife and a cutting board and some glue. That's all you actually need. Now, the the mount is just glued together. It looks nice as it is. So let's just glue the mount together, and then we are going to use these legs, the actual legs from the knight kit, and just scrape off some of the bits that make it look too Age of Sigmar-y. So there are a bunch of studs, and there are some spiky bits that look a bit Dark Elder and not Exodite in my mind. So I'm cutting those off slowly, and just being careful not to cut myself in my fingers. And then there's the torso bit, which has these shoulder guards, shoulder plates that are way far out and way too pointy. So I simplify those, cut off some of the detail. When you look at Drakespawn, Drake or Dark One, the Dark Elf Cold Ones, and the knights on these, and then you look at some Eldar Guardians, something like that, then you need to trim it down. It's much smoother, more modern, if you will, because it is in the future. So just cut those bits off, trim it down, make it look a bit more like a Guardian torso, and then I have to cut down the entire gorget, or yeah, the thing around the neck. Cut that back, way back, to make space for the head. Now here you see the top of my head and me attempting to smooth out the chainmail with some green stuff in order for the chainmail not to be, chainmaily. It's not that 40k. And once again, it doesn't fit in 40k universe, so I'm just using green stuff to smooth it out. I've already tried with some glue before this, but it didn't melt the plastic enough to smooth it out, so this time I add some green stuff. You've also seen me add the head to the torso part, and this is when you have leftover green stuff, because you will always have leftover green stuff basically. Just roll it into a ball and press it slightly flat. It'll look like smooth rocks you can put on bases. Speaking of bases, I haven't done the basing for this model. It's not going to stay on these bike bases or knight bases. They're going to be moved to 60mm round bases. Yeah. Now this bit did challenge me, so I had to cut the video just a slight bit, because the lens just kept rotating and didn't want to stick, so I had to get it out of the camera so I could finagle it into place. Now these are just going to be proxies for my shining spears, and I like the aesthetic of the winged hussars. So therefore I of course took the wings from the swooping hawks kit and I placed it on the back just to make it more winged hussary. So the 40k bits for this are just, they're gun thing and just a head and some wings. The rest of that is actually the Drakespawn, Dark Elf Cold One Knights. I think it's Drakespawn Guard. That's it. It's super easy.